Well, we're here at the Academy Sports and Outdoors Rigs and Techniques at the CCA workbench. I've had my shot of 10 cup. Dave, lay it on me. I need to know what's going on.
I guess I need one of the shots.
Yes, you do.
I'm lagging. I'm lagging. Woo. Anyway, you know, the yellowtail snapper is a great day saver fish. You know, they're really good to eat. You can usually, if you can find them, you can usually catch a lot of them if you do certain things properly. And they're just excellent to eat. They make the best fish tacos, and it's great for the kids to catch them, and we like to catch them too. So anyway, if you get out to where in some of these places, you know, they're prevalent all the way from you know, Brazil to Bermuda. I mean, you can catch yellowtail snapper, but we're lucky in Florida because we have some of the most huge concentrations of them in South Florida and even in the Bahamas. A lot of guys go over to the Bahamas to catch them. But anywhere in water between 60 to 100 feet, sometimes deeper, you know, and there's a good current over some reefs, some really hard bottom, really good reefs. That's where yellowtail snapper like to live and school up. Right. And once we find that good current moving over that preferred water depth, you know, pretty much right on the edge of the deep water, that's where we'll anchor up and try to throw out some chum and get some yellowtail snapper up into our spread. And that's when we can start fishing for them. You want to use, like all the people have said, we use a lot of chum. Oats are a great chum. I got some oats here.
Now, why do you like the oats over your traditional block chum?
Well, they float, you know, they float and they cover the whole water column from the top to the bottom, especially if you put some sand in it. Now, this is about a gallon of water and probably, I'd say about a pound of rolled steamed oats, the same stuff that you use for your oatmeal in the morning. And you can put silver sides in here. You can put a bunch of a regular block of chum. You defrost it and mix it all in here. You could open up a couple cans of jack mackerel and throw it in there. You always put sand in it. You know, that sand is what disperses the chum from the top to the bottom. It makes it sink a little faster, and it comes apart slower, and just makes a nice chum slick. And what we want to do is we want to get enough chum out there so we get what Randy Tao used to call the yellow brick road. Right. You know, once you see all those yellowtail rising up to eat this chum behind the boat, that's when you start fishing. You don't start fishing right when you get there and right when all your, it's not that bad. You better watch out, there's pieces of the bag in there. But you don't want to start fishing right when you get there. You want to sit there and wait until you see those fish come up and it gets all yellow back there, when you know that there's a bunch of them back there and they're all in a frenzy, you know, eating that chum. They're a lot easier to catch then. And
what Randy always preached is to use one rod at a time.
Right.
This is my actual yellowtail rod. It's loaded up with some 12-pound mono.
Yep.
And as you can see, I've got this Eagle Claw yellowtail jig. This is a 1/8 ounce one.
Yep, that's the LSSW L, and these are the larva jigs. They're called a larva jig, and these are like a secret weapon for yellowtail snapper.
So is current really important, Dave?
You have to have current. What it does is it disperses your chum, one, and it also gets the fish in a feeding behavior. They want to eat when stuff's coming by. That's how they live. You know, they sit down there and they wait for stuff to come through on the current. So when the current's coming, they're wanting to eat. So that's why, you know, if you get into a place where there's not a whole lot of current going, your chum's not going to go anywhere, and you're probably not going to get that many bites. Now, the fish bites is really great on there.
I prefer the fish bites.
It doesn't come off. Right. You know, you're going to keep getting bit until he gets hooked. Right. You know. Right. But, you know, if you wanted to put a shrimp on there, that's fine. A little silver sides, one of the ones that you put into the chum, you can bury it in, you bury that little jig head in there and get it out there to them. A lot of the bigger ones will be a little deeper sometimes, you know. So if you can, that's why it's so good using these larva jigs, because they get just a little bit faster down and deeper and get past all the little fellas quicker, you know.
The mistake everybody makes is they don't keep free lining.
Right. Got to keep letting it out.
Guys, just keep letting it out and keep letting it out, keep letting it out. And then what's going to happen is all of a sudden it's just going to accelerate.
Zoom. And then you just pick it up and wind.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best advice you could give us is just to keep winding till you come tight, guys.
Yep, you don't have to be setting any hook or doing any of that. You just wind until it comes tight.
Because there's still a lot of stretch in the monofilament.
Yeah, yeah.
Good segment.
Yeah, you guys.
Can I have a little more of that chum over there?
Yeah, sure.
That's some pretty good
Ricky
oatmeal.
wants some
That's
breakfast
some good
over
oatmeal.
here.